Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hardcore Metal Teching Radio Show. I'm Derek Askler, and Mr. Craig Talley's on the line there. We'll be hosting the show tonight. I had a kind of a fun couple of days there. Me and my wife went out over to that new property, and she did a little videoing of me detecting, and I haven't posted up the video just yet, but we were trying to do a kind of a different video, about how the bliss tool reacts and what you're hearing. Kind of like a, I don't know, an instructional kind of thing, how to pinpoint with the bliss tool and stuff. And like I said, I haven't got it edited yet because we've been really busy today. But I'm hoping it's going to kind of open your eyes up of what you're hearing and what you think is, a good signal, a bad signal, and how to kind of pinpoint with it and tell depth and stuff. It's going to be like about a 20-minute video, I think, and it's kind of long for a YouTube video. But we try to keep them around 5 or 6 minutes. But I think this one, it's kind of fun in a way. She's kind of liking this videoing thing, and she doesn't like to be on camera, but she doesn't mind me being on camera. But she'll have me. Well, I think a couple times had me digging up iron of all things. She likes collecting stuff to make art stuff out of, and she doesn't care whether it's ferrous or non-ferrous. So I kind of have to dig the stuff up. Happy wife, happy life kind of thing. But I did end up finding some kind of cool things. Y'all probably saw the brooch that I found the other day, and some of the other items. But this last trip, we ended up finding like a silver-plated butter knife, a lot of widgets and what is it kind of things, window weights. I even dug a 30 or 35 pound electric motor of all things, and that's what I was talking about. That site is horribly iron infested, and big old kind of things, and it's masking a lot of the good targets. I still haven't dug a coin on that property, but I did dig that brooch and a couple other items from a Marion Electrical Association or something like that. These little tag things. I dug a iron, the old irons you sit on the wood burning stove and get them heated up and iron your clothes with back probably early 1900s, I'm thinking. So it wasn't a too bad of a little trek there. You only could stay out about 3 or 4 hours before it just becomes so humid down here right this time of year that it's miserable. And I don't mind if I'm on stuff. I was on stuff the other day. I think we ended up with, I don't know, about 20 or 30 targets anyways in the couple hours we were out there, but had a pretty good time. I've got the chat going there, and I see old Brandon there, Swazi Searchers on there, and hello Swazi. And it's open up for everybody to kind of log on and become part of the chat team, I call it. There's a lot of the guys that get on there, Ohio Relic Hunter and Tom Bunch, Three Ringer, and Bill Pendergrass, and I'll shoot. We get several of the guys on there, so feel free to get on there. You can call in also if you'd like to bring up a question, comment, or a different kind of way we're going to go with the show. We keep an open format, so you can kind of lead it wherever you want to there at 352-504-4170. Got the phone number up on the Facebook pages and stuff, and you're welcome to call in anytime you like there and call in. I see Bob D just checked in. Hello, Bob. My daughter does a lot of the website work and forum work. She did put links up for the Hardcore Metal Teching Radio Show through Spreakers on the forum and the website and the Facebook page. So you can link right through there to get to it, a little bit easier for you. But Craig, I guess you've been out, hunting that yard of yours again and finding more stuff. Why don't you tell them about that?
Yeah, I got a couple more wheat pennies and kind of a few pieces of melted lead. Looks like they're probably from the Civil War. And a couple of days ago, we've been having so much rain. I just been so there the last couple of days. I wasn't able to do it, but the other day I got signal right where I cleaned all the ivy out and all the roots, and got kind of a real small hit, and went down about 5 inches, and it was a little baby silver-plated ring, like a child's ring.
Yeah,
it's kind of neat.
Yeah, I've not found very many. I found one over here, and of course the silver's all worn off it, but I know it was from the 1920s or something like that. But they're kind of cool when you think about it. You don't find very many.
Yeah, this one had probably about 99% of the silver gild on it still.
Well, that's good.
In fact, I thought it was silver at first, but it turned out it was just silver plated, but it's kind of heavy silver plated.
Yeah, I thought I had a ring too, Craig, and it was brass, but it's some kind of maybe a compression fitting or something like that. It fit perfectly over my ring finger, and when I saw it down in the hole, I got my adrenaline kicked up a little bit. I thought I found like a slave ring or something like that, that was made, but it's obviously been manufactured, but it's still, kind of like a relic. It's for early 1900s anyways, or maybe 1920s, but got the adrenaline going anyway. I think I found a gun part too, believe it or not. Do they ever make gun breeches out of brass? Do you know?
I don't think so. It's kind of brittle, I think. I don't know.
It's like almost like a cast brass, or I don't know. I'll have to put a photo of it up. It may be some kind of I don't even know what it'd be.
I guess they did have brass cannons.
Yeah, I mean, it looks about the size of maybe a 36 caliber or something like that. It's sawed off. It's like only about maybe 3 inches long, 4 inches long, but it just looks perfect for some kind of a round to go in there. I don't know why they would have done it, but dug that up yesterday also. I'll put a photo of it. I haven't kind of dropped the ball today. I haven't got this stuff put up yet, but that's the first thing Pauline thought it was too, was some gun, like right where you would load the thing up, or the base, whatever, a muzzleloader or whatever, it would be right there where the ignition point would be. And we might be wrong. It looks strange. I have never dug anything like it before. This place I just dig some weird stuff in this place so far. And no coins. I don't know what's up with that. I haven't even found a Lincoln in there. But it's not for lack of trying. I dug probably about 57 holes on this property trying to get some iron out. It's actually a property that where it's like a teen center or a community center, but it's right next door, and they have a volleyball net and stuff set up for the kids out there. It's probably only a quarter acre, if that. But there's a lot of, I saw pipes sticking out of the ground and stuff, so we're trying to get it cleaned up. So I just started metal digging pretty much any target I come across that's big enough, and getting it out of there. Like I said, I dug a 30 or 35 pound electric motor out of the ground, for goodness sake. But I just don't want any of the kids, like falling on that or tripping on it and hurting themselves and stuff. So, but of course, digging the non-ferrous targets too, it might be something good. But yeah, no pennies, no kind of change at all, but all kinds of other stuff. Even a antique coat hanger, fully intact. It's probably, I would think, from the 30s. I mean, it's heavy iron, almost a cast, kind of a hanger for clothing. Found an old apparel or a coat button that's probably the size of a large cent also in there. It's all brass or copper. It's got a decoration on the front. It's kind of beat up a little bit, but everything I'm digging there seems to be pretty old except for the electric motor. It's probably from the 80s, maybe 70s. So kind of a strange spot, but you never know what you're going to dig up with all that masking in there. Get that big iron out of the way and stuff. You might be able to find something good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never know what you're going to find.
Sure, yeah, I never counted on finding that brooch in there. I mean, that thing, the more I look at it, I guess I need to take some better pictures of it, but man, that thing looks older than, it looks like late 1800s to me, but I think that's what you were telling me too, or maybe early 1900s. I think it's more than 1800s, but really kind of a Victorian looking thing.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the first one I've dug.
Well, it kind of makes sense because did you find out anything about the brooch you found?
No, I was kind of looking on photos, excuse me. I was looking on like brooches, Victorian brooches and stuff like that on Google photos, and I see some that are kind of almost like it. They're really uh, detailed, like this one is, and I think that's what it is. I just haven't found it. There's no maker's mark on it, um, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. A brooch or a hat pin of some kind, maybe even a some kind of a cameo pin because it has that center part in it. So I was thinking, it's just no way to tell right now. I just haven't seen a photo that's close enough.
It's like the one I found. It said sometimes the women had like a sash around their arm and then around their waist or something.
Yeah,
they would pin it on that even.
It's like there was something behind it because there's like 4 spots on the back of that brooch. It's iron, like a pin or a rivet maybe of some kind that went through a piece of leather on something or material or something. Of course, you just could tell that there was something there. This little round spot, like it was a pin that came through in 4 spots on that. So I was thinking maybe it was connected to something, but I was thinking maybe leather or I don't know, some kind of a ribbon or something. But it's definitely kind of a cute thing, anyways. I thought it was pretty neat because I'm actually going to take a lot of this stuff and put it in a show box or a shadow box or whatever you want to call it to hang up at the teen center there. I was actually looking for the place they're located at used to be a firehouse back in the 70s, and I was actually looking for fire, kind of like go along with the fire hall thing, maybe badges or whatever I could find out there. But I'm not finding any of that kind of stuff. I'm finding all the the older stuff, but I thought it was still kind of nice to put up a kind of a little show box or something of the artifacts that I found around there, and just kind of donate everything. I do that quite often because once I don't know, I like finding the stuff, but it usually will sit and not get shown off that much unless I put it in one of those and give it to the people, and that way everybody can enjoy it too. So that's what I try to do, anyways. Not really worth anything, so to speak, but it's kind of cool to look at. But that's what I was after doing. Plus, kind of cleaning up the property a little bit. I actually have to I found a couple 12-foot long sections of pipe that are like not a black water pipe, but it's heavy stuff. I got to sawzall it because it's through the roots and stuff of the tree and get it up out of there because it's sticking up above the ground about an inch. And I'm waiting for a kid to trip on that or fall on it and trying to keep them from getting hurt, so to speak. Getting them banged up. I see 3-ringers on there, and Tom's over there in Tennessee, and I'm not sure where Bob. I think Bob's in. I'm not going to guess now. I know Swazi's up in New Hampshire, and I haven't seen Ohio Relic Hunter yet, but obviously from Ohio. Well, we have a chat line on there. If you guys have any questions for these guys, they're pretty well versed and probably several different detectors there. So any newcomers to the show, feel free to kind of pick their brains a little bit. I know they'll be happy to help you all out. But Craig, you're I know you have a couple videos up lately. One of them's doing really good. The last one you did, I was pretty fun to watch. Why don't you tell the guys about it? Maybe they'll check it out.
Well, it's just a short video. I did a couple things I found in my yard, and I found this weird piece of iron. It's like it turns out it was probably the bottom part of a iron shaft sticking out of the ground for like a pole for a clothesline, and it had like bolts running through it at the bottom, all over the place. So it's the weirdest looking thing. It almost looked like a mace or something.